Hey guys, it's Johnny Reeds here. So I'm excited to finally get back to filming today. I'm super excited to talk to you guys about my horror haul. I don't have the drawing of the three ready just yet. I'm working on it. Um, so I thought I'd just go ahead and get this rolling. I thought I'd go ahead and just kind of do a little bit of, what I'm going to be reading next month since it's spooky season. And I plan on just reading spooky books. First time I have read spooky books before, but I've not really ever read so many in one sitting. Hopefully I can tolerate it, but we'll see. Some of this, I'm just going to show you kind of like my haul. Some of this stuff you've probably seen before on my shelves. This is just kind of my list for next month. Some of them are for sure. Some of them are possibilities. A lot of them are actually brand new to my shelves. So even though I probably made a post about them, so I'm super excited to kind of get these shown for you guys and kind of get excited about spooky season. So in order to get on theme, I've got my pumpkin spice coffee right here. Just got a little bit of hot coffee with some pumpkin spice creamer. You got to feed your, inner white girl. Otherwise she gets hangry. Yeah. Don't want her to get hangry. So I've got that. I've also, which I already kind of started snacking on. Sorry. Are my crumpets, a little bit of cream cheese on them. So just kind of, doing that. My cats might poke their heads in, might not. They've been a little bit skittish today. Cats can just be weird. But I thought we'd just go ahead and dive into the books that I've got. So we'll start with The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. So this is for Viking Book Club. This was the book chosen for next month. So I didn't put this one forward, but I'm still excited to read it. I watched the TV show a while back. And so the TV show was absolutely frightening, scared me to death, especially episode 8. For anybody who's seen the show, they know what I'm talking about. Episode 8 was probably the scariest. I literally jumped out of my bed onto the floor in a fetal position. It was that scary. But I'll just kind of since I haven't read any of these books, I'll kind of just read the back of them maybe. And we can just talk about how interesting maybe that sounds. All right. So the greatest haunted house story ever written is now the inspiration for the Netflix original series. Yeah, I just discussed that. Okay, thanks. So first published in 1959, Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House has been hailed as a perfect work of unnerving terror. It is the story of 4 seekers who arrive at a notoriously unfriendly pile called Hill House. Dr. Montague, an occult scholar looking for solid evidence of a haunting, Theodora, his lighthearted assistant, Eleanor, a friendless, fragile young woman well acquainted with poltergeists, and Luke, the future heir of Hill House. At first, their stay seems destined to be merely a chilling encounter with inexplicable phenomena, but Hill House is gathering its powers, and soon it will choose one of them to make its own. Wow, that does sound scary. So it kind of sounds a little bit more poltergeisty versus ghost or demon haunting. So I'm a little bit okay. I'm a little bit more okay with that. I try, when I do my spooky stuff, I try not to do demon ghost stories. It just doesn't sit well with me. I mean, to each their own. If you like that kind of stuff, that's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of ghost stories and stuff like that. What I really, really like is zombie, monster / whodunit horrors, slasher horrors, I guess you can say. So not where there's been a murder. It's we're afraid that we're going to get murdered next type thing. But this definitely sounds a little bit, not a little bit, a lot different than the book, because not the book, the TV show. So the TV show focused on a family, and some of these characters named Luke and Theodora. I believe Eleanor was also one of the sisters. And so it's about a family who lived in Hill House, and Hill House kind of haunted them after they left. And so like they're trying to have to fight, the house from a distance, and eventually they have to go back. So it's very different versus kind of what this is reading. So it'll be an interesting story, something new. Same story, well, same premise, I guess, a haunted house, but like different characters, different story. So I'm excited for that. It'll be a quick read. I'll probably get it done really quickly. So I know that I said I would not read this author again, but everyone just keeps talking about this book. So I thought I'd give it a shot. So we'll see if I end up biting my butt, but What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. So I'm actually really interested in this book. So I don't see a description on the back. So it looks like it's a retelling of The Fall of the House of Usher, Edgar Allan Poe, but like with a zombie twist to it. We'll see. I'm really interested. The cover looks great. It's got like a bunch of fungi sprouting from a hair. So I think that'll be spooky. It's short. It's only like 150 pages. So it's really like a novella. And that there's a sequel to it, which I just like, I don't get. Also, like a novella, and like, why don't you just, and then you have a sequel, why don't you just make it one novel? I don't know. I have a lot of opinions that probably just need to be kept to myself. And that's one of them. I just don't get novellas. It's just like, if you're going to write a novella series, just make it one book. Okay. Next book is Cujo. Definite read. I have been wanting to read this since I read Needful Things. I didn't really want to read this book before then because it deals with like a monster dog. I don't like seeing monster dogs, but I really want to read all the stories that happen in Castle Rock. And then, of course, it's just been, I don't know. It's just been on my mind. So this is definitely, and I just love Stephen King. I love his writing. I was a big fan, and then I wasn't a big fan. And now I'm a big fan again. I think I just needed a break. Like how you can get like Sanderson burnout. I got King burnout, but and like everyone knows about this. This is the infamous book that Joey had to keep putting in the freezer. And by the way, if you guys don't understand that reference every time I say it, it's a Friends reference. It's from in season 8 of Friends. Joey and Rachel swap books. So Rachel reads Little Women and Joey reads Cujo. And, when the book gets too scary, he puts the book in the freezer. And so, Rachel is like, oh, like this can't be all that scary. And so they swap books. So this is the book in reference to that quote that I say all the time. So we'll see if I have to put this in the freezer. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really find Stephen King all that scary. I kind of just find him not even really suspenseful. I think just like his writing is so slow and has just such such a slow canter that it doesn't get intense for me. If you understand what I'm saying, like his books never get that intense for me. Not where like some of these fantasies like life or death. I just don't ever see that much. And like, I don't know. especially since in most of his books like have been spoiled for me, so like I know what's going to happen, which kind of sucks. But I'm excited. Oh, I'm gonna put this down here with the rest of them. I'm excited about it, just because like I really do want to read it, especially with all the references and everything from Needful Things. So, that'll be something interesting to look forward to. The next book. Oh wait, I didn't even like read the back of Cujo. Let me get to that. All right, so Cujo used to be a big friendly dog, lovable and loyal in his trinity, the man, the woman, and the boy, and everyone around him, and always did his best to not be a bad dog. But all that ends on the day this nearly 200-pound Saint Bernard makes the mistake of chasing a rabbit into a hidden underground cave, setting off a tragic chain of events. Now Cujo is no longer himself as he is slowly overcome by a growing sickness, one that consumes his mind, even as his once affable thoughts turn uncontrollably and inexorably to hatred and murder. Cujo is about to become the center of a horrifying vortex that will inescapably draw in everyone around him, a relentless reign of terror, fury, and madness from which no one in Castle Rock will truly be safe. So that just sounds terrifying. We all know that it's rabies. Well, at least in the movie, it's rabies. So there we go. The next book that I'm going to read is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I love Riley Sager. I think he is an awesome writer. So also, like I said, he's a horror author. I'm going to several local bookstores here, and I keep putting him in fiction. And I keep telling him like he is not fiction. Also, why do you have The Wizard of Oz, Wicked, Hera, and Ariadne in fiction? They're all fantasy novels. This is horror, and those are like, not everything belongs in fiction. That's why you have fantasy, sci-fi, horror genres. So I don't know. That's just something that bugs me. Anyways, I don't really know much about this book. So you and I will be in it together. So I'll probably put this is definitely a must read for next month. So this will be on my wrap up in October, my October wrap up that will probably be published in November. So anyways, verse line says, "Be careful what you watch for." Casey Fletcher, a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press, has retreated to the peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. Armed with a pair of binoculars and several bottles of bourbon, she passes the time watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple living in the house across the lake. They make for good viewing. A tech innovator, Tom, is powerful, and a former model, Catherine, is gorgeous. One day on the lake, Casey saves Catherine from drowning, and the two strike up a budding friendship. But the more they get to know each other, the longer Casey watches. It becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage isn't as perfect as it appears. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Casey immediately suspects Tom of foul play. What she doesn't realize is that there's more to the story than meets the eye, and that shocking secrets can lurk beneath the most placid of surfaces. Okay. So, kind of like a Gone Girl, not Gone Girl, a Girl on the Train, whatever that one's called, is like. Okay. So I will say, with The Only One Left and Middle of the Night, there was some sort of supernatural element, or really potential paranormal supernatural element to it. It doesn't seem like that this might be the case. It might literally be like a murder mystery horror. So I'm excited about that. So that's definitely down my alley. Okay, so the next book I'm so excited for. So this was my book that I put forward for Viking Book Club. I'm super excited about this book. It's called The Deading. I by Nicholas Ballardes, and I cannot wait to read this. This is definitely a for sure read for October. 100%. It's a zombie book. I just, zombie story. So let's see. Unnatural horrors in a town in peril. Stephen King's Under the Dome meets The Last of Us in this harrowing climate fiction novel. When a hidden evil emerges from the depths of the ocean and the tight-knit town of Baywood is caught in a climate disaster of mysterious origins, an unusual wave of sea snails enter the estuary and transform wildlife, seascapes, and finally people. Once infected, residents start deading, collapsing and dying only to resurrect change in ways both physical and fundamental. After the government isolates Baywood, paranoia and surveillance run rampant. A newly formed cult called the Risers start targeting those who are not deading. The introverted, bird-loving Bloss, his jaded older brother Chango, and widow Kumi, and her cautious neighbor Ingram, the survivors of Baywood, eventually must choose to escape to investigate the deading's origins or to become subsumed by this terrifying new normal. At points claustrophobic and haunting, soulful and melancholic, The Deading lyrically explores the disintegration of society, the horror of survival and adaptation, and the unexpected solace found through connections in nature and between humans. That was beautifully written. Wow, I love that. I'm actually that just makes me more excited to read this. I mean, I kind of already read that, but guys, please add this to your spooky TBR for next month. I'm super excited about this, and I would love to have I would love to do a review and have the comments going hot candy, let's I think this is going to be a great novel, and I can't wait to read it. So my next book on my list that I'm not sure, but pretty sure that I'm going to read, it's a possibility for next month, but it's part of my haul. So is The Haunting of Moscow House. So I'm really excited about this. It's kind of like a historical horror. So I think this is also a haunting paranormal, which, like I said, I don't normally read those. But this just seemed so good. So I just want to kind of share with you guys, a little bit about what this book is. So I'll just kind of read the, description in the side panel here. So kind of read that top comment. So in this elegant Gothic horror tale set in post-revolutionary Russia, two formerly aristocratic sisters race to uncover their family's long-buried secrets in a house haunted by a past that's dangerous and deadly to remember. Like a December to Remember from Anastasia. If I get it? Yeah. I mean, it is the summer of 1921. So, not too long after the Bolshevik Revolution. Okay. So, it is the summer of 1921, and a group of Bolsheviks, has taken over Irina and Lily Golativa's ancestral home in Moscow. A stately mansion falling into disrepair, the remaining members of their family are ordered to move into the cramped attic while the officials take over an entire wing of grand rooms downstairs. The sisters understand it is the way of things and know they must forget their noble upbringing to survive in the new Soviet Russia. But the house begins to whisper of traumatic past, not as dead as they thought. Eager to escape, No, sir, you may not have my crumpet. You're interrupting me. You may not have my crumpet. Frio is here. Frio, you want to come here? No? Okay. That's right. You wanted the crumpet. You didn't want me. Okay. Where was I? But Frio so rudely interrupted. All right. So eager to escape it and their unwelcome new landlords, Irina and Lily find jobs with the recent arrival American Relief Administration, an organization meant to ease the post-revolutionary famine in Russia. For the sisters, the ARA provides much needed food and employment, as well as a chance for sensible Irina to help those less fortunate, and for artistic Lily to express herself for a good cause. It might just lead them to love, too. But at home, the spirits of their deceased family awaken, desperate to impart what really happened to them during the revolution. Soon, one of the officials living in the house is found dead. Was his death caused by something supernatural or by someone all too human? Are Irina, Lily, and their family next? Only unearthing the frightening secrets of Moscow House will reveal all, but this means the sisters must dig deep into a past no one in Russia except the dead is allowed to remember. Wow. I actually might put that on my 100% absolutely gonna read European history set novels. I don't know about you. I don't really like historical novels all that much, but I do like it if it's based in Europe. One of my favorite books is I Must Betray You, which is set in communist Romania, I want to say, and it's about the revolution of Romania. So I am excited about that. I have 2 more books left. I Was a Teenage Slasher. All right, by Stephen Graham Jones. I don't know much about this book. I bought it on a whim. Expensive, $29, my butt. Okay. All right, so let's see. Be happy you weren't there. Be happy you're only reading about it. Lamesa, Texas, July 1989. It's the summer before senior year for best friends Tolly Driver and Amber Dennison. They're not the marching band. They're not. Okay, let's start over with this. Okay. Lamesa, Texas, July 1989. It's the summer before senior year for best friends Tolly Driver and Amber Dennison. They're not in the marching band. They're not in the FFA. They don't really count. Amber's the only native student in town, and Tolly's only on the radar due to his father's recent death. This is all about to change. Bodies are going to be dropping fast in this small West Texas town. For a few unbearably hot days that will resonate through the decades and even get made into a TV movie, Tolly and Amber will be famous, notorious even. Finally, everyone will know their names. This is Stephen Graham Jones X-raying the slasher genre, integrating its motivations over the shoulder and in the voice of the killer itself. From a town he did some growing up in a year he was also 17, the kills will be poignant, the jokes will hurt, and the violence will be endearing. Everything's turned around for Tolly and Amber for all of Lamesa, Texas. That sounds really good. It kind of sounds like that Amazon Prime movie about that girl who goes back in time to save her mom from being killed, but her mom's best friends were killed by a slasher. So yeah, it kind of sounds like that, except for no time travel part. So just a town affected by a serial killer. So I'm excited about that one. If any of you guys have read that, let me know. It's newly published. let me see when it came out. It's like brand new. Actually, so is The Haunting of Moscow House. Simon and Schuster celebrating 100 years of publishing in 2024. So this was actually first Saga Press hardcover edition on July 2024. So this was published not but like 2 months ago. So I'm excited about that. Sorry, posture is really bad. I'm trying to help with that. I'm trying to get help with that. So okay. So my next book is Sleep Tight by J.H. Marquardt. I am excited about it. So let's see. I think it's a serial killer novel. So I'm excited about that. I mean, not excited about serial killers, but just like the story of one, like true crime. It's good. I mean, not good, but like, you know what I mean? I don't. Okay. So, as my last book, I'm just gonna, read the summary. So the sole survivor of a serial killer might hold the key to stopping a new spree of murders in this propulsive horror thriller in the vein of The Black Phone and The Whisper Man. Beware the one who got away. Father Silence once terrorized the rural town of Twisted Tree. Father Silence and Twisted Tree. Just really going for horror here. Just, scary. Disguising himself as a priest to prey on those vulnerable members of society. When the police finally found the House of Horrors, they uncovered 19 bodies and one survivor, a boy now locked away in a hospital for the criminally insane. Nearly 2 decades later, Father Silence is finally put to death, but by the next morning, the detective who made the original arrest is found dead. A new serial killer is taking credit for the murder and calling himself the outcast. The detective's daughter, Tess Claiborne, is a detective herself, haunted by childhood trauma and horrified by the death of her father and the resurgence of Father Silence's legacy. When Tess's daughter is kidnapped by the outcast, Tess is forced to face the worst fears and long-buried memories with no leads to follow. She travels back to Twisted Tree to visit the boy who survived and see what secrets might be buried in the tangled web of his broken mind. With captivating prose and an old-school horror flair, Sleep Tight is a must-read haunting tale from the true master of the genre. Wow. That sounds really good, too. All of these, sound really good. I think really the one I'm least excited for is The House Across the Lake. I love Riley Sager, but that description did not pull me in, especially not since his last 2 books, but we'll see. I actually heard from a friend that they did not like The House Across the Lake. But we'll see. I'm still going to read it. So I don't know. I might have to put this on the must read list. It looks like all of them I must read. It was about 8 books for next month. Luckily, they're all short. They're all less than 400 pages. So I should be able to get that done. So we'll see. If not, I'll try to rent some of these on audiobook and, I mean, I should be able to read all of these next month. I don't think I'll have too much. But anyways, this book sounds pretty good. However, I don't know why a victim would be sent to a house for the criminally insane. Normally, a house for the criminally insane is for those who are criminals or have committed a criminal act based off their insanity. The boy was just probably driven insane by the torture of the serial killer. So don't know why he would be sent to a criminally insane institution. So that's odd. Probably should have been checked. That should be a fact check. A criminally insane institution for someone who didn't commit a crime, but probably went insane due to a criminal act against him. Yeah. unless there's like more to it than, we know from this. Like he could have gone insane, committed a crime based off his insanity, or that's from his insanity, but it's just, I think, a poor choice of words right there. Other than that, I'm excited for all of these books. So, if there's any books that you've read that you liked, put in the comments. If there's something that you want to warn me about with some of these books, about things that you didn't like, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm really excited to read these books and to get a wrap up for you guys with some of the spooky season stuff. So what I plan to do is publish this on Sunday. So when you see me, it'll be Sunday. And then hopefully the next Sunday will be the vlog from my travels this week. And then after that, hopefully will be the drawing of the 3. I know that there's going to be a few weeks between Gunslinger and drawing of the 3, but I just want to make sure that it's good. I am just excited to continue to bring more videos to you. Hopefully I can continue to get better and not, regress with my illness. So, anyways, I'm excited to get back to it. And hopefully I'll have some collabs coming up soon, maybe. We'll see. Still got to work some things out. But other than that, I think that's all that I've got. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you next time. And I just hope that in the meantime you have a blessed one. This is Johnny Reads, over and out.